Are we on now? Yes, we're on now. All right. So here we are, another episode of the Jankity Ass Podcast, number 40 this time. And as you can see, I'm not by myself. As you can hear, I'm not by myself. I got my buddy now, the Tenacious Tom. He's going to be... Well, it's going to be two people now. Just like
I prefer timid.
Just like any other couple, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, assuming, we'd last that long, who knows?
Well, I'm sure we will. We don't need prenups around here.
Yeah, we fucking wing it. That's how I do my relationships. I like to wait till I'm worth at least like a couple mil, and then I just wing it.
There you go.
And everything. Yeah.
So,
hello,
now we know Tom's kinks.
Yep.
So there we go. And I see.
I like to live slow and dangerous.
Yep. I see you're drinking something.
Yes. I did not have a chance to go get big boy drinks, so I am drinking Truly, which is one of those Alka-Seltzers. Hey, man, I could put away 5 of these, not get too buzzed, and also not have a hangover the next day. My fat ass can't do very much anymore with that.
Full-on downgrade, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. However, I did have a bomb Chimay last night, and it was so good, and I'm still paying for it today, right now. So
Chimay, a little bit of wine.
Well, no, it was just a big bottle. I forget whatever the regular.
Okay.
Not not the wine.
I completely blanked it. I know what you mean. Yeah.
But
Whatever.
I will say that of all of the, so I got the what is it, the citrus Truly pack. It's okay. It's not that great, honestly. If you're gonna get Trulies, get the actual like tropical one. That's way better. Vizzies are actually the best in my opinion. Clearly, you can tell how many of these I've been drinking in 2020. I have a little ranking system. The Budweiser one is, oh Jesus Christ, like cans. Like I could probably build like housing and shelters with all of the aluminum of all the cans that I've had in the last 8 months alone. Pretty bad.
Well, I got a another specialty beer. This time we got Bob's Brownale. Let's see. This guy is from Georgetown Brewing in Seattle. So, and unlike you, I also got a fancy pants.
I was like DC.
Fancy pants horn. That's probably shit pour.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll have to get you a mug of some sort.
Get that in post. Yeah, what is it? I have like a plastic freezer stein. Like you can throw it in the freezer, and like the inside of it has like some kind of liquid.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty good actually. But it's also kind of plain. It's not jankety enough.
There you go. We'll figure it out.
But that's not a bad pour. Yeah, 50% foam. That's generally
Could be
what you
worse.
want.
Kind of already smells like a bar that I've been to like too long. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
When you
I know exactly what
you're like
mean.
when you start to smell like the shit that's built up on the taps, but
when you're somehow socially fine with the fact that you're sticking to the bar stool now, like the revulsion's gone.
Yeah, when your feet and your ass are stuck to the bar stool.
Oh, dear God. It's like going to those like really badly ventilated bars like in the middle of summer, like when it's really fucking hot and you're drinking beer and you're asking yourself why you're doing any of this. Well,
God. Aside from the obvious reasons, I guess. Because it's a day that ends in
rampant depression?
Yeah, that too.
Sorry.
Which of course,
leave those concepts together.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not as sweet as other brown ales that I've had.
Yeah,
but
it's a kick on it. It's like it's like 6 or 7.
6.4. A little above average.
Little, yeah.
Not the most hardcore thing I've had. especially even on here.
Yeah, I've seen you get ripped on some stuff on here.
Oh yeah. Well, that's mostly a different kind of rip. But,
well,
yes.
I mean, both. You know, you do a little bit of both. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
You are correct. Saving no. Well, I'll worry about that some other time whenever we don't have as many we're trying to figure out technical difficulties and bullshit and all that stuff.
Yes.
And I also just realized my mic knob is in the way. Let's see. There we go.
It's funny because as you said technical difficulties, you froze up. So that was pretty hilarious.
We had a technical difficulty. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's actually, just from my perspective, the video's coming in pretty okay. Although now it's like catching up. Now it's stabilized. Sound's been pretty okay.
I think that there might be like a very, very slight delay, but not too much. And of course, I mean,
yeah,
this won't be, forever either. There will eventually be a day when we have like a real studio with real mics and stuff like that. And it looks like this OBS stuff, I don't even need to have a whatchamacallit. I don't need to have like a Zoom connector. I don't need to have like a live switch or anything like that. It looks like it could just put like every input source or what have you. So that's kind of cool.
That's what's really great about it. Yeah, a lot of people like it for that reason. I first heard about it when on the TFG Radio cast, which I'm on. I had to run it, and
shout out.
I installed OBS and everything. Yep, shout out. But like, apparently OBS became a thing when Twitch streaming became a thing. So, and it blows my mind too. It's an advanced piece of software, and it's like totally free. I mean, unless they're like hardcore data mining my shit, and I don't even know. I mean, I'd be fine with that, honestly. But it's a pretty good, powerful thing. I'm still trying to figure out all the kinks, but like, you could do like some cool shit too, where you could do like overlays and all this other stuff, like having memes fly by or some shit.
Yeah, the only the only thing I noticed is that, well, I did originally have a I do have like a background picture. Actually, I wonder, maybe if I. Nah, that's not worth it. Never mind. Unless, actually, I wonder if there's a way to put like a background picture in on Discord here, but.
You mean like they do with Zoom?
Yeah.
I want to say no, Mark.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I think that's probably going to be a a problem for another day.
Yeah, that's a later me problem.
Yeah, right. Speaking of later problems, I already got a piece, so I'm going to be white knuckling through the rest of this. But dude, my bladder's turned into shit already. Like my mom's, pretty much turning into my mother. I guess, yeah, which is especially not. Well, it really sucks. I mean, as you know, I've been doing like the Postmates thing for work and all that stuff, right? Well, of course, everything's fucking closed. So that's not. That kind of sucks. Which is also part of the reason that I mostly try and work in like the West Hollywood, Beverly Hills area, because the Westfield there off of Santa Monica is the only place that I know for a fact they're open till 10 at night, and they have a public bathroom that's open. So like once it kind of starts to come on, I know I can go there. Do my business, maybe get something to eat if I really need to, and then keep going. Cause like I know if I start to go like anywhere else, like even just last night I was working and I had a bunch of runs, and my last one ended in like the main part of downtown LA.
Okay, yeah, I know where that is.
And well yeah,
downtown.
Yeah, where you work more or less.
I mean, like I used to live in. Yeah, like I used to live and work downtown. I mean, I still technically work downtown. I just can't go there because of the whole, pandemic thing, which I'm fine with. Hey, no commuting. I'll take that. But yeah, I know.
I mean, you can go there if you really want to. You could sit outside and like scratch on the window or whatever.
Nah.
But yeah, true. Who would want to? But what was I gonna say? But I mean, like yada yada.
Nah.
I've definitely had to pee in a few public places. Just so there you go. And actually, the one that really kind of pissed me off was
See,
yeah.
I think I missed that last part.
Oh, did you get out? No, I was waiting on you, but no, the Galleria over in Santa Monica, they actually kept all their bathrooms locked because they're scumbags apparently.
Oh, okay.
So that wasn't cool. And the one time that I actually ran into that situation, I was lucky enough that there was some stuff on the promenade that was still open. That was before everything got closed again. So.
Yeah, super shut down.
No bueno.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've definitely had to relive some of my college days and, piss in a few public places. like a bum. Like, I mean, with fucking cars passing and everything. I was like, yeah, this is the new normal, as you say. It's your term, not mine.
Yeah. See, for me, I think, like, you don't think that urinating is something that becomes a lifestyle or a habit, but I mean, maybe that's a guy thing. But I remember urinating for me was ruined / improved when I lived in Wisconsin, and I was there for like a whole summer. I was doing like some manual labor shit, but because of that, we were outside all the time. We were like nowhere near civilization. The closest town had maybe like 500 people in it. It was 2 miles away. The same 3 bars that like had been there for 80 years. Man, drink prices there were so good too because they had no idea how to scale. It was awesome.
Of course.
But like you working outside in the forest all the time, you live in a house that's in the forest. It was like, oh, I don't want to walk upstairs to the only bathroom. I'm just gonna piss off the side of the porch. Like nobody's there. Or, oh, I'm in the middle of a work spot. I'm not gonna walk back to the work site all the way. No, I'm just gonna piss right here.
Well, that's different. You're outdoors where you're supposed to be.
Right, but so now imagine doing that for a whole summer and just like that total expression of freedom. And then you go back and live in society and you're like, oh shit, I can't just go wherever I want right now. And it's this weird switch that like I struggled with for like 2 weeks. I was like, but I can't just like pee here. Like, it's the stupidest thing too. It's like I'm a grown ass man. Like,
well, that answers my second question.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know. Is out of curiosity, is your video moving for you? Just because you're frozen for me, but that's fine. I can still hear you. I don't know, and it's not that. It's
yeah,
not
my
that I see your beautiful face. But
am I locked up right now? On yours?
For me, but not if it's not.
Oh,
for,
weird.
If it's on mine, but if it's not for you, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, you're going just fine. So that's
yeah, you're the one recording. So
yeah, that's what matters.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be backwards, but
who cares? I'm already in some way
inverted, so to speak.
Yikes. Yeesh.
Well, since pissing in places seems to be the topic today, in my so I think I told you I have that job working a like a live drive-through event downtown. Not to name any names.
Yeah, that was the
I signed an NDA, so don't say it. But
oh, right.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah. So
I'm glad you said that because I was literally about to be like, "Oh, that thing."
Yeah.
I didn't realize an NDA was involved. God. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But I have to sign an NDA every day that I'm there, actually, which is interesting.
Wait, so can't you say where it is you're going to work? Just you can't say what happens.
Downtown LA.
Yeah,
it's a thing based off of a TV show, off of a certain network, and you drive through, you get freaked out, I guess, and then you buy stuff. Which is
generally how life works.
Yep. Which that last part is the department that I work on. But anyways, they have they have like those supposedly really nice porta potties that are like all they have like the lights and the motion sensors, and you get in and it like flushes and you can fill the bowl with water and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
they can be kind of a pain in the ass, especially if like the sensor or whatever is kind of all wonky, and then like the sink will decide to not give you any water anymore.
Cutting out.
Oh, are you? Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna
There we
play.
go.
Oh, there
I
you
think,
go. Yeah.
I think part of it is I disabled your. Yeah, I disabled your video for me, so I think that'll help. Maybe? Question mark? I don't know.
Ah, well, shit. Well, yeah, you're in. So, well, I guess that's definitely your fault, not mine.
Yay!
So that's fine.
I mean, it could be one of those things. Like I know that this is one of the reasons why like sometimes people don't use Discord for that, because it can have these like sometimes these latency drops. It's like unless both people have like stellar machines and stellar internet, it'll do that. And even still, sometimes that'll still happen. So that might be something to consider for next time. But
well, I mean, I'm also basically on wireless until, I win the lottery and get my own place. So,
damn. Oh,
yeah.
Google
And,
Fiber, dog.
Well, A, the house I'm in, I'm renting, and B, I'd have to figure out I'd have to get a cable like all the way from like upstairs, down the stairs, kind of through a thing into my room, and then all the way into the back into the closet that I'm in. So
It's
gonna be
easy. You just take a drill, you take a 1-inch drill bit, and you just drill a fucking hole, just straight down, just Occam's razor that shit, and just go straight through, and then just like path of least resistance. And by that I mean shortest path, which probably has a lot of resistance.
Yeah, just don't tell the landlord, right?
No. I mean, put some putty on that shit. You know how to paint, you're good. They won't even notice. Yeah.
But well, I am lucky because the router is kind of like just like right up there somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's still through it's because these are steps right here, and then a floor. Yeah, I got lucky. I got the big closet here.
Oh, nice. Yeah, for me, my router is like up there, that little spiky thing. But it was it was a gift actually when I was moving, and it's like one of those like super routers. Like they even designed it to look like the fucking stealth bombers. It looks like an evil piece of machinery. It's hilarious, but it's like wicked powerful. I remember like just try like it's almost as if I'm wired connected, but that's also because I'm close enough to it. Like if I were to move like a room over, to my kid's room, maybe that would happen. But
be fucked. Well, no, we
to say the least.
Well, I have one of those Nighthawk ones with the one with the 4 antennas, not the 6.
Yeah,
that was like
that might
$300.
Well, that's like running a small business. No, I have the 3 antenna one, and I installed the app, and I've never used it since.
So what else has been going on in your life that you haven't
directly said? Well, you probably hear me complain about this every year, but I'm at a super crunch time at my work.
Oh, tax season.
January. It's more like accounting season shit that we have to do. And I won't mention them by name just because.
Of course, because you're still there.
Because I'm still there. So deniability. But like, yeah, it's just so much fucking work. And like, so like, I'm working through this weekend. I'm working the next weekend. I'm probably working the next weekend. I've already done like 4 10-hour days this week. So it's just nonstop. If we're lucky, we get like a day or two at the end. But yeah, it's pretty heinous. That said, the fact that I'm working from home this time and I don't actually have to physically be around those people that I'm working with. And actually, I work with great people. They're really great. I really like all of them. They're really nice and everything. But like, but like the
Just don't have to deal with them right now.
Yeah, I just don't have to deal with it. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could like anybody, but you put them in the wrong scenario. It's like, all right, who's gonna die first? You know, like I mean, the whole cabin fever, stranded island scenario. But no, I mean, for me, it's actually just again, it's the commuting, because part of the problem was my commute into downtown was something to the tune of like 35 minutes to 45 minutes. So then that's one way. So you're losing about an hour and a half a day. And when you're working like 10, 12-hour days, that extra hour and a half means everything, especially when you have kids like I do. And so it's like, oh, okay, now I have even less time to do fucking anything.
Yeah.
So it just helps that I'm working from home. Plus, it's like more comfortable, you know? Like, you know, people are wearing sweats, people are casual. Like I don't have to worry about shaving or getting a good haircut or any of that shit. Apparently I didn't have to worry about maintaining, you know, my body weight. That went to hell, like pretty much everybody else in the world like did have to, you know. And if you're one of those people that like somehow like came out of 2020 like a better person and like better off than you were before, like great, but just don't tell anybody else, okay, man? Like just fuck right off, like okay.
Well,
the rest
I mean,
of us,
yeah.
The rest of us had shitty years, but if you had a great year, we're so happy for you. Just fuck right off.
Well, I mean, either you didn't or you lied.
Yes, and if you lied, yeah. Jesus Christ, then that's like just pity. Like that, I actually would feel pity for a person like that. And that's not like a common emotion these days necessarily, or maybe it is. I don't know, but like, yeah, that would be awful. Ugh.
Yeah, unless you're in charge of Amazon, you lied. That's pretty much
or
pretty much all it is to it.
Or if you're Elon Musk, who just beat him to be the richest guy in the world.
Mm.
And
wait,
like
did he beat him?
Yeah, according to all the memes that say that Jeff Bezos doesn't give a shit about not being the first richest person in the world because he's still freaking.
Oh well, that's also a lie too. So I don't care. I'm totally fine.
Get my men on the phone.
Yeah, right.
I want my top men.
We're gonna sell. Yeah, like, yeah. Well, we're gonna sell Teslas through Amazon now. So, but actually,
call my lawyer.
Yeah, right. Lawyer / satanic priest or whatever he uses.
I was going with hitman, but that works. Satanic priest.
Depending on what you believe. But actually, speaking of cars, have you seen what are we at right now? Have you seen those solo electric cars that they have now?
Yeah. What is it? It's the. Are you thinking of that 3-wheeled one?
It might be 3-wheeled.
It's like a 2-person one. It runs on solar.
No.
It can go like a. Okay. All right. Then I don't know.
No. That's more like those. I think those are the Raptors types of thing, like the open top thing.
No, actually, no. The one I'm thinking of, it begins with an A. I can't remember. I literally just saw this like in December. But basically, it's a car. It's completely solar powered. It's got 2 wheels in front, 1 in back. It's one of those like engineering marvels where it's like 3D printed or some shit. So it's like really actually like good at protecting you, but it's also weirdly designed. And so like what is it? This thing apparently on solar energy and battery life can go like 1,000 miles, like just in one direction and just be chill. So otherwise,
that also sounds like a lie.
I know, but you know what? Like that's what their advertising is like. I mean, and so if they're a little off, I'm assuming 800. But you know, but that's the thing with that kind of car. Unless you're by yourself, you're not going to be taking a giant ass road trip with 2 people in that car. You know.
True, but no, the ones I'm thinking about is the it is a 4-wheeler now that I remember, but it's literally just like a single person pod type of thing.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
What's it called? Solo.
Yeah, that's the brand or whatever, and like
I am right or no.
It doesn't really have like a lot of trunk space. It just has like a thing that you can lift up and put like I don't know, a couple briefcases in.
This thing looks like somebody watched Pixar a little too hard.
Is it like a little white car looking type of thing?
Yeah, but it looks like, but it like It looks like something that should be in the Cars movie. It looks like an animated, goofy-looking car. I mean, don't get me wrong. It looks. It's probably insane, but also like this thing's a death trap. There's no way this shit like will survive anything.
Well, I mean,
It looks like I just feel like you get hit and you're done. Like good night. It's like what is it? The Fiats, right? No, the Mini Coopers. Mini Coopers, like the little ones. There's like another Italian car. It might be, I don't know.
No,
like
I remember. It's like the fucking. I don't remember. It's gone. But no, they had one of those over at the Westfield too, so I was able to get in and check it out and all that stuff.
No shit.
But it's a little small for me. Well, apparently it classifies as a motorcycle. Actually, so you also have to get a different license. That would actually make sense. And it's like $50,000 too, so I'm not going to be getting one of those anytime soon.
How hilarious that you have to get your motorcycle license for this thing, considering it probably drives exactly like a car. Like it's got like a wheel, the automatic transmission, gas pedals. Like this operates like a car, but because of its frame, it's classified as a motorcycle, and therefore you have to get your motorcycle license.
That's also
hilarious. Well, yeah, but still, that's just hilarious to me that they're making people do that. That's just like government, like bureaucracy at its finest.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna pause real quick. I gotta piss like a motherfucker. Are you listening to this show and thinking, man, I'd like to start a podcast, but I don't even know where to start? Well, Buzzsprout has the answers for you. Buzzsprout is a podcast hosting service that provides a number of valuable resources to help you on your podcasting career path. For one, Buzzsprout offers indefinite hosting of all your episodes and allows you to host as much material as you want, depending on the type of subscription that you opt for. Buzzsprout also provides a means for getting your show hosted to every major podcasting platforms such as iTunes, Pandora, Spotify, you name it. In addition, Buzzsprout also provides various means to get your show monetized through various sponsorship and affiliate programs, links to other paid hosting platforms such as Patreon and YouTube, and your own personal newsroom to learn all the tips and tricks for optimizing your podcast for the greatest return on your investment. If you're hearing all this and you're still interested, you can go to my link below and receive an Amazon gift card for starting a podcast hosting subscription that you'll receive on the second billing period of your podcast journey. Everyone has something to share, and there's no time like the present. Join Buzzsprout today. All right, we're back.
And I'm muted. There we go. That's what happened. No, it's funny how, like, for me, it's like, it really depends on the night when I'm drinking. It's like, there are some nights where, like, I don't even remember that going to the bathroom is a thing. I'm, like, totally fine. And then there are some nights where it's like, oh, I heard water. Better go. Better waddle on back to the bathroom.
Yeah, right. Well, it was funny, too, because, like, I also have another job. Just one night on the weekends over in Westminster, where I basically just get to sit in my car, pretty much. But it's like every time that I leave, it never fails. Even if I go like right before I leave, but by the time I get like all the way up to the downtown area, it's like, hey, guess what time it is? It's time to go again. Better get there. It's bullshit.
I'm sure you could like invest in whatever it is truckers use. Like they probably have like some kind of bag or some shit if it ever really ever bothered you that much. Either that
just
or
a
like
fucking empty juice bottle.
Empty juice bottle.
I just have to piss jug it one of these days. or whatever it is.
You know, that could be like, that's actually a solid idea for future merch. Jankity ass piss jugs.
There you go.
Just write it down. Write it down. Write it down.
Actually, I was thinking if we ever do get around to merch and stuff, could always try bringing Pogs back. That'd be something.
Bringing what? You broke.
Bringing Pogs. You remember Pogs?
Pogs?
Pogs.
You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. No, I don't. I don't fucking.
Well, you didn't have a childhood.
Pogs. Milk caps.
Fuck
Game,
yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Pretty much, you have the.
I remember. Yeah. I remember that shit. Okay, yeah, it was one of those things where it was like, see, like I have like a super addictive personality, and I just go totally like Mr. Toad on shit and just get super, super, super into it. But like, this is probably one of those things that my parents were like, he can never learn about this, or else he'll never stop.
Well, everybody stopped, so you're fine.
And that's what I keep telling my parents every now and then. I'll be like, hey, remember this thing that you deprived me in my childhood that now makes me unrelatable to my peers in even more ways than I already am? Yeah, it's not a big deal. Don't worry. But it's too late, so thanks.
Well, they tried. Which is also the place that used to sell Pogs in my hometown was where I first learned about Warhammer, so... and Magic. So there's that.
See, for me, I knew about Magic forever. I learned about Warhammer by seeing a Games Workshop store, but then I didn't understand the lore until I played Dawn of War, the computer game, and that's when I just like was like, this is the greatest thing of all time, because like the voice acting was great and the music was really cool. Like Jeremy Soule did the soundtrack for that. I mean, he's the guy behind the Skyrim games. It's in Oblivion. He's just incredible. He's like one of the best like video game composers of all time. He's my boy. But
totally, so you talk to him every day.
Oh yeah, I chat him up. I'm like, hey Jay Souls, what's going on, man? How's your composing game? And then he says, who's this and why are you calling me? And then I'm like, that's funny.
Here is Elf on the Shelf.
Wait, are you actually showing an elf on the shelf right now?
No. I said you're his elf on the shelf.
Oh, really. That's true. Yeah, I do have that tendency.
Every morning he gets up, goes to the kitchen to make some coffee, and kind of looks aside. Just,
yes, and I'm just sitting there dead eye, like I can't move or else they'll think I'm real. I just moved to different locations just to freak them out, like some kind of SCP shit.
There you go. Also, by now, anybody who like does that, like the whole elf on the shelf thing, well, I mean, you're just not a creative, I guess. That's the only it's the only real way I can explain that. You're a living.
It's one of. I just like I've seen so many like posts or tweets or shit like where it's people use like oh like my kids were bad and so the elves on the shelves like fucking shredded their homework and they had to do it all over again, or they broke their favorite video games and they can't get them back or anything like that. And it's like these scarring experiences and I'm like, do you not like comprehend the full ramifications of what you're doing here? I mean, I understand like messing with your kids, like I'm gonna love that when they get older, but there's a difference between like that and like fundamentally scarring them for life. And especially with that demonic ass looking doll. God, I hate that thing. I hate.
Well, I mean, you know, if you don't, somebody else will.
That wasn't even a thing when we were kids. Motherfucker.
Yeah, you just gotta. I do wonder if by the time like I have kids, if it'll be socially acceptable, just give them a smack over the head every once in a while, depending on the situation. Not like, hey, you won your first game.
That's what the phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disguise it. No, that's what the phrase we'll discuss this at home is for, because that's just code for you're gonna get whooped, beat. But I was never really as a kid. I was one of those kids where it was like all you had to do was yell at me and I would fall apart, and so like that was enough. And just be like, I'm sorry, and like like just totally, guilt infused for like 3 days.
I had something similar. So I know. Well, they do say like the best way to like lasting discipline is to just take away privileges and stuff. Because then it's like apparently because then they're actually learning like hey, if I do this thing then I lose this. As opposed to like if I do this thing then this doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Or in some cases, like I gain something, right? It's that idea of like mini like society, right? You gain things by being involved and by participating as a fully functional human, and then you lose things by not doing those things. So it's like fine, whatever you want, but just shit happens, consequences.
Yeah, and then you don't end up with I don't know, bunch of shitheads. I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it could happen. Could happen anyway. Who knows?
So what else you got going on aside from sitting around?
Aside from working and shit, sitting around on my ass. Nothing too much at the moment. Trying not to think of the pile of hobby stuff I have to go through. Just the mountains of plastic that I'm just ignoring at the time, because like part of me for me like I love hobbying, and it's really relaxing and therapeutic. I'll throw on a show or something, and like I get to like really focus on something and be creative and artistic. But part of it for me too is like having the payoff of like actually participating in the hobby competitively, or even at least interacting with somebody else about it. So like not being able to do that last part kind of like almost kills the whole thing for me. And that I'm just like super hardcore into like video games right now. It's like easier. It's easier at the end of a workday.
Oh yeah.
To have that minimal energy of like, I'm just gonna play Horizon Zero Dawn instead of Paint. That's just gonna do.
Oh, I did grab that one a while back.
I haven't finished it. I'm still playing through it, but utterly fantastic. I know it's been out for a couple years, but like, it is one of the best adventure games I've ever played. Like, it's so good.
I was able to get through like the whole thing in hard mode, except for the very end. Like there was just no way. I kept getting my ass kicked. A ton of, it's one of those ones where they just throw like waves of stuff at you, and it's like all the big stuff too. So it's
all right. Well, now you're spoiling it. Now you're spoiling it. No, I'm just kidding.
But not really.
No, I know. We knew that was gonna happen. Yeah. See, it's funny for me. It's like because I like the challenge, but I don't have the ability to grind as much as I like maybe was used to as like when I was younger, because I just don't have the time. So to a certain degree, it's like there is part of me that is like, oh man, I'd love to play this game on the super difficulty or this or that, but I can't because then it'll take me longer to play and I only have so much time, and I want to feel like I've actually progressed at some point. Because I usually play whenever the wife and kids are asleep, so that's usually when I get my chance to play. So that's a very limited window of how long I get to be awake past them too, just because I've got I got to get up and do shit the next day too. But the one thing that like even a lack of time has not stopped me from though is completionism. Because like it's like oh there's collectibles in this game. Oh okay, well I'm getting every single one of them. Like I may not be playing this on the hardest difficulty, but I'm getting every single one of those little stupid mugs because you told me that I could, so I'm going to do that. And that's something I don't know. That's something about me. I've always had completionism whenever it comes to video games. Like it's like I have to complete it as much as possible, even if that means at like easier difficulties. Like I have to do it.
Yeah, I don't think I didn't even try with that one. I just played through it, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, no, that's whatchamacallit. Well, that's actually part of the reason that I started those other two playlists on my channel here, was so that I could actually get to my video games again and paint up all my models and shit. And it's like I now have a reason to.
Yeah,
and now,
exactly.
Yeah, and now my biggest problem is not just going into like one of the shops or over in Pasadena, you'd be like, well, I want to buy everything. That doesn't help me either.
Yeah, no. What is it? That's like we had our annual haiku contest, and the winning result was I'm gonna butcher it, so it's not gonna be a perfect haiku, but it's basically like lost my job this year. Wife says money is for food, rent only. Bought an army box. It's just like it was just hilarious. It's like I totally get that mentality. It's like, all right, okay, we gotta save, we gotta scratch, and I'm gonna buy the Silent King. And don't ask me how it happened. I just did it. Like I blacked out, and then I woke up and I was covered in blood and tears and sweat, chicken feathers, and
Plastic.
I had a Silent King hand in my box, box in my hand,
Well, my Silent King was acquired much more easily than that. So I just went and got it.
Yeah. Ain't no murder and no how.
It's still a bit of work. That's a big model.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I know. I probably will get it at some point, and I know that like when I do, I have to like really think about how I'm gonna approach the painting of it and everything.
Well, it's easy to kind of like have component parts or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you build it in pieces, you paint those up, and then you put them together. Or else for people who don't know about the hobby painting stuff, it's like one of the temptations is to build the entire model all at once and then be like, okay, I'm going to paint it now. But depending upon how intricate or detailed or big the model is, if you do that, you screw yourself of being able to like reach certain areas and like really, or like even managing it very well, like when you're holding it and everything. So it's building it bit by bit and painting it bit by bit is sometimes a better approach for certain things.
Yeah. Well, also too, now that I do the video stream and stuff too, like if you don't, fuck. I've only had one drink and I'm already burping and shit. But
oh, dude, I've been doing this whole podcast. I've just been eating.
But whenever was it? Yeah, like some of the bigger ones like that one, I split the dais thing in half because you can pretty easily. It's just like top half, bottom half. But like
nice.
the video would have just been too long.
Oh,
you know what
there's
I mean?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you could always go back and be like, hey, this is what I did. Like I use these techniques and everything, and like talk about your paints and the method and everything, so you can still show it off. But yeah, no, doing the video on that would take forever.
Yeah. And since I still just have like this small ass laptop, that's not really I have actually like run out of room mid recording.
Oh, what's that? You ran out of room?
Once.
Oh.
But
yeah, it's one of those things.
All right. Well, what are you saying? You want to call it for now? Pretty good so far.
No, I know. No, you didn't have to read it out loud. I was trying to keep your editing. No,
well, it wasn't the exact words, but
I am running on fumes. I'm just zonked from the work day. I've been just going nonstop. So, how long have we been going for?
We are at 40 minutes.
40 minutes? That's not bad. So,
maybe
we end it short and sweet this time, just to make sure the quality's good, and then re-attack it next time.
Oh yeah, I mean we got a good test going.
Good sample size.
I might have to look at I might have to look at the oh shit. I might have to look at the Zoom thing, just because. Well, I mean they're all kind of yeah, because like Zoom is like $15 a month for the most basic, but that's unlimited whatever time.
But I mean I have Zoom and I use it for calls all the time. I mean I'm not even talking about work Zoom either. Like I never get charged for anything.
Well, if you're if you're on somebody else's if you're a guest of somebody else.
Right, no, but what I'm saying is I have my own personal sign up, like my personal email, logged in and signed up for Zoom, and I don't pay a dime. And maybe it's because I'm not using it enough. Maybe that might be it.
Well,
but
I
they
mean,
use it
because
pretty
like,
frequently.
well, I'm assuming you could sign up and like be a guest anywhere else, but like you're not starting any chat rooms or whatever, right?
I'm not chat rooms. I just call the person and we have a video chat and that's it.
Oh, shit,
Like,
I have no idea.
I mean, I think there's like packages for Zoom. I wouldn't be surprised, but I think they have a basic free service. I mean, so does Discord. I mean, this is what this is.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, like I said, this is all, temporary. Once COVID goes away and start making real money, I'll just have like a real home set up. Or, well, maybe, I don't know, isn't Gameology trying to do like a studio thing too, or no?
Yeah, they're gonna have Gameology is gonna have streaming rooms, and you can use them for podcasting or for streaming tabletop games.
That might be worth checking out, at least in the beginning, depending.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Actually, it's funny, they just put up a tentative first event for April 10th.
Ooh. TBC, to be canceled.
Yeah, no, I could see that for sure. I mean, I'm ready to be disappointed. I'm ready to be upset and hurt.
Of course.
I'm ready to fall in love and get my heart broken all over again.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can always throw up some other things on this episode too. In between, so we're running. We're going off the rails already. No, we're running good.
Yeah.
Got a good thing going already.
Yeah, take that, DJ Khaled, and your new fucking stupid podcast.
Oh, well, everybody's got a podcast.
Yeah,
I guess.
but
So
like,
that's not surprising.
No, we're seeing because like my wife and I watch TV on Amazon Prime or something, and like his advertisement comes up. He's like, "We're breaking all the rules of the podcast game." I'm like, "No, you're not. Like you are not breaking. No." He's like, "I got all these things written down. I haven't read it through any of it." And I was like, "Well, that's just called bad planning. Like, you're not impressing me here, like, sir."
It's just like a shitty uploader where every episode is just like a whole new podcast. It's like, well, we had one podcast and then we had another one.
That would actually
and
be
then we had another one.
Premise. Yeah. This is the podcast where it's just us constantly starting podcasts, but just the first episode. Tune in next week for what we're considering might either be our getting into plumbing or getting into like crochet episode. Just depends. We'll see. We're gonna coin flip it.
Well, we will not be talking about plumbing or crochet anytime soon here.
Yeah, that's true.
So I guess should we wrap this one?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, there you have it, kids. That was another episode down of the Jankity Ass Podcast. With two people this time, as regular.
Dos Pablos.
And
That's totally how you say it, right?
Dos Pablos?
No,
Two Pablos?
Well, then two Pop maybe. I mean, if we got our names legally changed.
Well, that's more of a you problem. Mine's just fine. All right. Well, yeah. There we'll have it.
Anywho.
There we'll have it. There you have it. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe. Multi-Murdy Media. Check out the other channels on here. You got the video version of this, which you're watching right now, Jankity Ass Podcast. Also check out the other playlists on here. Gutsy Ass Gamer, that's my video game stream, and Poncho's Paint Booth, that's my hobby stream. If you're listening, we're on every single major podcast platform because it's not that hard, honestly. Yeah, it's pretty easy. You just ask, pretty much. And I also got a couple of Amazon playlists up on the not playlist. Fuck, I always mix it up. Wish lists up on the All My Links link in the description for this video here. If you go down, one is my music wish list, which that directly supports this show because you get CDs for me or us to review, and we'll give you a shout out whoever you are. And there's also the Warhammer wish list, which directly supports the paint booth, which gives me more models to work on. And again, I'll give you a shout out, and maybe even do like a pseudo custom commission scheme. I don't know. We'll see, depending.
Sounds cool.
But I mean, more than likely, it'll probably just be whatever I want to do. But either way, you get recognition. So, yeah. As always, thanks for joining in, and we, not me, or not I, we will see you next week.